Morning, Steve Reed in Chicago with the morning grain comments. Well, yesterday the markets were lower because of word from the Financial Times that the talks between U.S. and China had broken down. After the close of markets, the White House denied that the talks had broken down, and so now you've got stocks higher, you've got crude higher, you've got copper higher, all the grains, beans, corn, wheat are all higher. So again, when you kind of look at this basket of commodity markets and the U.S. stock market, it seems like they're just trading one thing. The question mark now is, can we come up with a deal? Is China coming in January 30 and 31st? And can we come up with a deal that doesn't really focus a lot on changing intellectual properties? The people are asking, well, what will China buy if there is a deal? They've already bought 5 million tons of U.S. beans. Yesterday there was talk that they would buy at least another 3, maybe 5 million tons of beans. There was talk about them buying 7 million tons of wheat. There was talk about them buying 12 million tons of corn, large quantities of U.S. DDGs, sorghum, rice, large amounts of U.S. red meat. So one group said that the high in the African swine fever hog incidence cycle could extend until April through June. This is when China imports of U.S. fresh pork could start. The problem is they want fresh cut pork rather than frozen pork. Some estimates that China's soybean imports might drop below 85 million tons, and the weekly crush rate right now is running 8% behind a year ago. Some of the data that people are trying to put together for 2009 global demand: corn, the world less China, 1%. 5-year average has been 2.6%. China, 1.5%. Their 5-year average, 6%. Soybeans, world less China, 1.7%. The 5-year average has been 4.3%. China, 1.6%. The 5-year average is 5.9%. And in wheat, the world less China, 1.2%. And we've been averaging about 1.6% over the last 5 years. Dry areas of Brazil remain dry. The wet areas of Argentina also remain wet. Yesterday, the funds were sellers of beans, meal, a chunk of corn, and bought some wheat. We continue to show them short 7,000 beans, 51,000 oil, 10,000 meal, 4,000 wheat, and long about 114,000 corn. So again, there was some talk that there will be a vote today in the Senate on the Republican version of ending the shutdown. That probably won't pass, but Speaker of the Senate is willing, the majority leader in the Senate is willing to listen or at least put to a vote a Democratic version, and both measures are not expected to pass. So we'll just see what they can come up as far as a compromise. So we're dealing with China rumors on the U.S. trade deal. We're dealing with the U.S. shutdown, and we're also dealing with South American weather with charts showing most of our markets in a tight trading range, relatively low volume, with the funds long corn, short the bean complex, and short wheat. As always, these are my thoughts and not those of ADM or ADM Investor Services. Have a safe and profitable trading day.